Hello everyone, my name is Tara Renda, and today I will be reflecting on the Alive Inside documentary that I have watched. So when I was going into this, I wasn't really sure what to expect because I had never heard of it and a lot of context wasn't given besides, of course, to bring tissues. And I was really touched and surprised by the content of the documentary because it was something that I had thought about before, but I wasn't sure would be as effective. I personally myself have a great love for music and I've been a part of music since I was young. So I was so moved to see the way that these people were affected by music. And it was just really touching to see. And it brought me back to when I was younger, and I would go with my Girl Scout troop into nursing homes, specifically one where my mom worked, and we would go and we would sing Christmas carols. And even when it wasn't Christmas season, we would go and we would sing. And it was just everyone would dance, and it would be so much fun. And it was just like the people I was seeing in the documentary, how they would just come to life. And it's just really moving to see. And I don't think I appreciated it as much then as I do now. I don't think I fully understood how much life this music was bringing to the people that were in the nursing homes. And it was just, I really appreciated that there are people out there like Dan who are working to bring music into nursing homes and to make them less institutionalized and more of a home for these elderly people who need this. And for me personally, the experience that spoke to me the most and really invoked some emotion in me was Denise. And when we first meet her and she first meets Dan and she hears the music and she pushes away her walker that she's been using for 2 something years and she just starts dancing. It was so amazing to see that and that just a song could do this for someone. If she's like been on medication for years and nothing has changed, but all of a sudden her favorite song comes on and she can dance her heart out. And when she looks at Dan and she says, "I'm having fun," it was just like I started tearing up. I was so happy like that she was having fun and that she was able to express that. And the way that she said it made it sound like she hadn't had fun in a while and that she was very happy that she was having fun. So it's her experience was really moved me the most. And then again, when she was talking to Sammy, I think that's how you say his name, I'm not sure, but the musician, um, and she was talking to him and she said, "My pain is very painful, but I can take a lot of pain." It was just like, it really touched me because I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, why? Why do they need to take the pain? Like, you shouldn't, people shouldn't have to take pain. They shouldn't have to live with it, and they shouldn't be pushed just to the side to just live with their pain instead of being introduced to these easy solutions such as music that could really heal their soul. And when she gives Sammy the necklace and she says, "When you go back home and you tell people, and people ask you where you got this necklace, what are you going to tell them?" And he says, "I'm going to tell them I got it from the strongest woman I ever met." And she laughed at that. And I don't think she really believed it, but I truly think that there's a certain kind of strength that people who make it to her age and have all of these different things going on in their life, but still have so much life and so much joy are truly strong people. And then when he leaves and he's leaving and she gives him a hug and she says, "I love you." And he says, "I love you too." They had just met or they've only met a few times, but she has so much love to give. And I'm sure all of these people have so much love to give and we just put them away out of our sight for them to grow old and die basically in these institutionalized nursing homes. But I feel like Music and Memory is really such a great program that should be introduced in more places. And I was very curious to see what their program looked like now, and I looked it up, and it seems like they're still going strong, which is great, and I'm so happy about it because especially with John at the end, and you see him and he's talking and he says, "I feel good," and but he was listening to music and he just felt good. And I think that everyone deserves to feel good, no matter what part of their life they're at or what's going on with them or anything like that. They deserve to have something that will make them feel good. So I was truly surprised by this documentary. I was not expecting it, and it really invoked some emotions because my grandpa, when he was in the hospital, he was on his deathbed, he was not doing well, and we would play music for him. We would play some of his favorite songs, and he would smile and he would sway as best he could, and it was just so awesome to see how happy he would get. And I feel like we didn't think about that. We didn't think about music at first. It came to us later, and I feel like if these hospitals or nursing homes had it as a procedure that for them to implement, it could save people's lives much quicker. Um, and I feel like it really needs to happen and in these places. And they said in the documentary that music is inseparable from emotion. And I'm thinking to myself today, I'm like, what music do am I listening to now that I may listen to when I'm older that will invoke certain emotions? And just like in this past day that after I've watched the documentary, I've just been thinking to myself every time I listen to music, I'm thinking, what emotions is this music making me feel? And how will I feel about this in 5 years? Or how will I feel about this when I'm sick? Or something like that. And it's just really invoked some thoughts in me. And I'm thinking to myself that, you know, I think that we take music for granted because I have a phone, and on my phone are as many songs as I could possibly want. And these people who are older might not know exactly how to access music because they might be used to just the accessing it on a radio or something like that, and they might not be used to having it at access. So I feel like if we introduce them to these things, it could make their lives so much easier and really invigorate their life with more life. So I just think that I'm very glad that I got to watch Alive Inside, and I'm going to recommend it to everybody that I see so that they could watch it and hopefully reflect on it as well as I did. And yeah, so thank you for listening to my reflection and have a nice day.